the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. For she hath sinned against Yahweh. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done, do unto her. Shalom, Yashala, peace, Israel, Kohalor, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. The West is being exposed. America, also known as Mystery Babylon the Great, is about to get jumped, man. Where all these nations, surrounding nations, are about to shoot their nuclear weapons at America, man. All right, Mystery Babylon the Great. And I got this video. We're going to play this video. All right. A lot of truth bombs were dropped on this video. And this is something you will never see on the news. So breaking news, breaking news. And Lord willing, is edifying to the hopeful elect. World War III is fastly approaching. World War III is biblical prophecy. All right. And we see it all unfolding before our very eyes. The beast shall hate the whore. All right, let's go ahead and play it.
When the people in Palestine are losing their lives, being raped and murdered, there's no cry from anybody, no passion. When the same thing happens in Syria, we hear nothing. When the same thing happens in Libya, we hear nothing. When the same thing happens in Iraq, we hear nothing. When the Ukrainians are violating the rights of other Ukrainians, particularly in the Donbass region, there's nobody crying for those people. What is the reason for that? What about India? Why is there nobody in this country raising the concerns of the Indian minorities, of the Christians and the Muslims whose rights are being violated by the Indian government? Nobody in this country is saying anything about it. Now, NATO went on and bombed many of the Russian allies. Russia could do absolutely nothing about it and stayed out of it. What did Russia say? Demilitarization. Stay away from my Russian borders. If you notice what has been happening since 1990, they are coming closer and closer and closer to the Russian border until they will make Russia so weak that Russia will have no other option but to give in to them. That is what it is all about. But who is the root cause of this whole problem? It is clearly the West and the United States of America that is the root cause of all the mayhem and chaos and destruction all over the world.
All right, and I got to pause it right there. All right. The West is the problem for the whole world, man. All right, and it's all being exposed. All right, how America has done its dirt, and all these nations, man, all these nations are upset. All right, they're tired of being bullied around. Now these other nations are joining an alliance to come up against America. Okay, which is biblical prophecy that all these nations, all you that bend the bow, meaning all you that have nuclear weapons, you're going to shoot your nuclear weapons here at Mystery Babylon the Great. So let's listen to that one part again.
West and the United States of America that is the root cause of all the mayhem and chaos and destruction all over the world.
There you go. All right, let me grab this real quick. This is Revelations 18 and verse 1. It says, after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. All right, talking about America. Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right. And it says, Babylon is fallen. This is after, America's hit with them nukes. And it says it's become the habitation of devils, because America is going to be a desert a desolate wilderness or a desert. After these nuclear missiles hit, you're gonna have different land animals, you know, Komodo dragons, desert animals dwelling here, man. Verse 3, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right. All these nations have partook in laying in the bed with Mystery Babylon the Great. All right. It's democracy, you know, trying to be just like America. All right. But it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right. All these nations, you can go anywhere now and you see the same American lifestyle is being promoted all over the earth now. You know, it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, right? Because America is a consumer nation, man. All right. America made all these other nations rich, man. But guess what? America also, you know, pillages and robs these other nations of their resources, man. All right. You don't ever hear about it. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. All right. So we're supposed to come out of this place spiritually, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So how do you come out of this place known as Mystery Babylon the Great of America? How do you come out? You come out by stop following the ways of America. You know, you come to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you know, you take on the image that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wants us to be, man. All right. So you come out of this place. You stop celebrating pagan holidays. All right. You stop taking on the American dream. You stop taking on, you know, the American way, and you start becoming an Israelite, man. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. All right. America, her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity. All right. So the Lord is not going to, you know, let America or let Babylon get away with the atrocities that it has done. All right. Her sins have reached unto heaven. All right. Let's finish this out.
All the mayhem and chaos and destruction all over the world.
Please continue.
Let's talk about the biological laboratories which is funded by the Pentagon in Ukraine. Where is it coming from? Why are they getting involved in those? Let's talk about the number of people that were massacred by the Ukrainians who have been detained without trial. Nobody has said anything about that as well. Okay, let's talk about the shelling of the hospitals and the schools and the massacre and the mass graves that were found in Ukraine. Nobody says anything about that. Now, what is Russia asking for?
And that's because the media is controlled by the elites, man. They don't want people to hear about what's really going on in life, man. Okay, the media is controlled. All right, what they put on the media is exactly what they want you to see.
Russia is saying, stay away from my borders and stay away from me. All you have been doing, and remember, Ukraine is being used as a fool by the United States and the West, and they're falling into the trap like many other countries have fallen in the trap previously, and that's what it is all about.
All right, it's all about power. Okay, these nations are about to go to war for power. All right, World War III, man. Nahum 3:1, it says, woe to the bloody city. Brother Kassad Gadal Shalom Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakatah. Brother Kassad. Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And what's the bloody city here in America? All right, think about all the unrighteous blood, you know, or all the righteous blood, I should say, that Esau Edom slayed here in this land of America. All right, this is the bloody city, man. All right, and the Lord is about to judge this place. The beast shall hate the whore. This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And what is that recompense? Ultimately, the nuclear destruction that's coming to Mystery Babylon the Great, also known as America. All these other nations, all these nations that got nuclear weapons, they're going to shoot them here at America, man. It says Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. You see, the Lord is the one who raised this place up to be the way that it is. Ultimately, so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can be glorified and taking this place down. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And the wine is speaking of is its philosophies. All right, it's democracy. All right, these nations are drinking from that cup, man. The nations have drunken of her wine, her philosophies, the ways of America, democracy. Therefore the nations are mad because democracy is failing, man. All right. Salakia, hold on 1 second. Salakia. Gotta type this up real quick. Bear with me. All right, here we go. Back to, we're going to jump to Habakkuk 2:16. It says, Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Yep, Kasad, all right. Salakia. All right, it says, the cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, so all these, they're about to shoot their nukes over here, man. Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. All right, and we know that the whore in Revelation is talking about Mystery Babylon the Great, also known as America. The 10 horns. The 10 horns is Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany. All right, and it says, let's read it again. So you just heard all those nations. It says, in the 10 horns, which we just read, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. See, the 10 horns, the nation that we just read, even America's allies are going to end up shooting nuclear missiles here at America, man. Thus saith the Bible. This is biblical prophecy, man. All right, these nations are tired of the West, man. All right, these nations are tired of the West. These nations are tired of being robbed of their resources, of being bullied, of being told what they can and cannot do. All right, and ultimately, it's going to bite America in the ass, man. And we know exactly how, by way of what? The nuclear destruction, man. Let me go to this, Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 50. In verse 9, it says, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, or America, an assembly of great nations from the north country. All right, and the north country represents what? Russia. All right. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. All right, so the Lord says he's going to raise to come up. I mean, these nations are going to come against America. All right, an assembly of great nations from the North Country, primarily Russia. Their arrows, or their nuclear missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. All right, so these arrows talking about the ICBMs. All right, and let's prove that real quick. 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. All right, this is a parable going into the nuclear missiles, because we understand that the prophets, they got visions of World War III. So, you know, thousands of years ago, when these men were seeing these visions, the technology that we have now was not there back then. So the men of the Lord, the prophets, they would describe what they saw in parables, all right, in similitudes. Okay, second Ezra 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, now you got to have a little bit of common sense here. You can't shoot a literal bow and arrow from here to Russia, but these arrows that we're reading about, they're going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. All right, and what do they call these missiles? They call these missiles intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, ICBMs. So that's these arrows that are spoken of in the book of Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all you that bend the bow, meaning everybody that has nukes. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahweh. All right, this place, you know, her sins have reached unto heaven, man. A whole bunch of abominable things take place here in America every second. Every second that goes by, there's some abominable, disgusting, vile things going on in this land. Mystery Babylon the Great. All right, and that's why ultimately this place is going to be taken out of power. All right, and every day that goes on, we're getting closer to that day where these nations are going to shoot nukes over here, man. And the scriptures say it's going to take 1 hour for this place to be destroyed. Brother Kasai Gadal, Shalom, brother, dropped Revelation 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them, right? And that's talking about the 200 million ICBMs that America's about to get pelted with, man. All right. Let me see this. Let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 1. It says, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. All right, and this destroying wind is going to be caused by the nuclear missiles that, you know, are going to drop on this place. It's going to cause a destroying wind. It said, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All these nations are going to be against America. All right, when it's all said and done, and everybody got to choose a side, everybody's going to be on the other side of America. Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth up himself in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. All right? So the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. All right? So let me go ahead and play this one more time. We'll close it out. Actually, I got to grab some of these scriptures. Kasai Gadol, Isaiah 13 and 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Right. These nuclear missiles aren't going to stop at a pregnant woman. It says their eyes shall not spare children. These nuclear missiles aren't going to stop just because there's children over here. Men, women, and children about to melt, man. And we got to pray and hope that the Lord deliver us, man. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shemiel, Shabbat Shemakah Kodash Barakatah. Hey, Shalom, King. Shalom to the brother Daniel. All praises, man. Let me see. This is Isaiah 13 and 18. Actually, no. Isaiah 13 and 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, the Russians, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Yeah, Russia don't want to have no monetary talks no more with America. America don't want to talk, you know, have peace talks. Or Russia don't want to have peace talks with America. All right? So let me go ahead and play this and we'll close it out.
When the people in Palestine are losing their lives, being raped and murdered, there's no cry from anybody, no passion. When the same thing happens in Syria, we hear nothing. When the same thing happens in Libya, we hear nothing. When the same thing happens in Iraq, we hear nothing. When the Ukrainians are violating the rights of other Ukrainians, particularly in the Donbass region, there's nobody crying for those people. What is the reason for that? What about India? Why is there nobody in this country raising the concerns of the Indian minorities, of the Christians and the Muslims whose rights are being violated by the Indian government? Nobody in this country is saying anything about it. Now, NATO went on and bombed many of the Russian allies. Russia could do absolutely nothing about it and stayed out of it. What did Russia say? Demilitarization. Stay away from my Russian borders. If you notice what has been happening since 1990, they are coming closer and closer and closer to the Russian border until they will make Russia so weak that Russia will have no other option but to give in to them. That is what it is all about. But who is the root cause of this whole problem? It is clearly the West and the United States of America that is the root cause of all the mayhem and chaos and destruction all over the world. Let's talk about the biological laboratories which is funded by the Pentagon in Ukraine. Where is it coming from? Why are they getting involved in those? Let's talk about the number of people that were massacred by the Ukrainians who have been detained without trial. Nobody has said anything about that as well. Okay? Let's talk about the shelling of the hospitals and the schools and the massacre and the mass graves that were found in Ukraine. Nobody says anything about that. Now, what is Russia asking for? Russia is saying, stay away from my borders and stay away from me. All you have been doing, and remember, Ukraine is being used as a fool by the United States and the West, and they're falling into the trap like many other countries have fallen in the trap previously, and that's what it is all about.
All right, so you see it, you heard it. These nations are mad, the nations are angry, and ultimately they're gonna shoot their arrows, they're gonna spare no arrows. Okay, all of them nuclear missiles are gonna be shot here at Mystery Babylon the Great. The beast shall hate the whore. All right, America's about to get hit, man. All right, prophecy is unfolding. So with that, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing is edifying to the hopeful elect. Until next time I say shalom.